Hi, I'm Dan and this is my assessment video. So we started off the year, and in the induction week we got into groups and we were tasked with filming a video introducing the city of Derby. And me and my group, we ended up making a music video because one of the people in my group made music, so it just seemed like the perfect fit really. It was really fun making that. It was kind of difficult because we only had our phones and stuff to do that, but for saying I was filming with an iPhone, it didn't look too bad at all. So after that, we went and filmed Derby Fest, which is a cultural and arts event in Derby. We took out some of the Panasonics. I took out an Osmo for that, which in hindsight, I don't think was the best choice because a lot of the stuff we were doing, we were stood filming from a static place, and doing that with an Osmo, a stabilized camera, I don't know if that worked quite as well as it should have. So maybe it would have been better to take out a Panasonic for that. But filming Derby Fest was fun. I mean, sometimes it was difficult in the edit especially to try and think of things to edit together when you've not really got much control over the footage you've got. But I managed to get through it and do a fairly decent edit in the end. So then after that, we started doing a bit of studio work, and we were tasked with filming a demonstration. So in this, one of us was directing, one of us was presenting, and we took that in turns in our group. And I actually really enjoyed the directing. I feel like it was something that I took very naturally to. I felt confident doing it and I enjoyed doing it. So we were also introduced to 3-point lighting and how to make a shot look a bit more aesthetic than using just normal lights, you know, using 3-point lighting, getting on all the different sides of your face and on the backlight. I think it's really interesting, 3-point lighting. It's, you know, some of the shots you can get. Even I've looked into it a bit deeper as well, and you know, there's videos I've watched that have described the different types of lighting that you can do, and there's some really creative things that you can do with lights, and I just think that's really amazing. One of my favourite things is just having the fill light on, because it gets that really nice sort of half face effect, and I just think that looks really nice. Next, we filmed our morning routines, and I found this probably one of the most enjoyable tasks to film because it challenged me to be a bit more creative with the shots that I was getting. In a lot of film and TV, I've seen a shot used a lot where someone's lying in a bed and the camera's looking straight above them, and I think that shot looks amazing, and I wanted to try and recreate that as best as I could. Obviously, with the stuff I had, it was kind of difficult, and it probably wasn't as good as some of the professional ones, but I still think I did a pretty good job with that shot. It was a bit weird lying underneath a tripod with a camera pointing down on me, but you know, it was still really fun to try and do that. So another shot I wanted to try was a mirror shot, and this was kind of a bit more difficult than the bed shot. The thing that I was kind of picturing in my head was just a straight up POV shot in the mirror, but I couldn't figure out how to do that without getting the camera in the shot. So I ended up just putting the camera at an angle, but I think the camera was a bit too low, so it couldn't see in the mirror that well. But I did actually manage to find a YouTube video a bit later on which showed how to do a mirror shot in POV, and it's actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. Looking back at my morning routine, I think I probably could have done with a bit more content because it feels like I skip a lot of stuff out. It just seems like a few clips stuck together in a story rather than an actual morning routine. You know, like I've got me pouring the milk into my cereal, but I've not got me eating the cereal, so it kind of feels incomplete almost. Recently, we've filmed a music video for John Rogers and his song Broken. This was such a fun thing to do. You know, we were in the studio, we got the track out, we got the dolly. I was sat on the dolly, moving the camera about, so, you know, that was really enjoyable for me, because I'd never really done anything like that before. You know, it was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was quite fun just getting pushed back and forth on the dolly sometimes. The music video was one of the hardest things to edit, purely because I had an issue with my Premiere where it was just sort of stuttering and lagging whenever I was switching through the cameras in multicam editing, and I'd never really done multicam editing anyway, so I needed to first figure out what I was doing, and then I needed to figure out how to stop it from lagging and stuttering, because it was just uneditable like that. So I ended up having to do a bit of research and ended up finding a video on YouTube that basically said that to stop it from lagging, I needed to convert my footage from the native .mov into a .mxf, and that actually really helped. And you know, while it didn't solve the problem completely, it did improve it, and it made it, you know, it put it in a place that I could actually work on it, and it was really fun doing the multi-cam edit once I got through all those issues. Just being able to sit along, tap along to the music and just click between the cameras as I go, you know, it was really good, and I'm really happy with the product that I made from that as well. When we were filming our All About Me video, we set up the 3-point lighting in the studio, and we went in and sat and did a little interview. We came up with the questions beforehand, and we just sort of read them out to each other and just spoke to the camera for a little bit. And you know, I find it pretty easy to speak to a camera, so that task wasn't too bad for me. The only thing I found with that was with the edit, it was not difficult to edit the interview, but to think of the B-roll that I wanted to include was kind of difficult, and I feel like I could have got a bit more B-roll into it. But you know, I think I got enough. It's just it could have done with a bit more. And one of the final things we did in this module was the live TV show, and we all got together as a group and started planning this live TV show that we could do, and it was a magazine sort of program, so showing our highlights throughout the year, the things we've done, the things we've been filming, with a bit of stuff in the studio, a bit of stuff in the green screen. So I was directing the first half of that, and then Chris was directing the other half of that. We just wanted to do that, so we made sure that we had, you know, plenty of swapping around of roles so that everyone got to experience at least doing something for a little while. But as you already know, I really enjoyed the directing, I felt confident with it, and the other part of that live TV show that I did was in the green screen. So I got a background image for that of one of the maps in Rainbow Six Siege, which is one of the games I play. And the whole idea of the segment I was doing was just talking a bit about the game I play and the things that I've done with my team throughout this season. So, you know, I just wanted to get an appropriate background, and, you know, just having one of the maps, I thought it looked really cool. We noticed with the image that I was using for the green screen that it was kind of on a low angle that it was being shot from. So when we were in the green screen, we made sure to kind of replicate that and put the camera on a bit of a lower level in the green screen room as well, so it looks more natural me being in that shot, because they're both shot from a low angle. But overall, you know, the TV show, it was a really, really fun task. Overall, I've really enjoyed this module, and I can't wait until we get to do TV production again next year. But I'm also excited for digital publishing next semester, so we'll just have to see what's waiting for me in the next year. Thank you for watching. Looking back at my morning routine, I think I could have probably added a bit more content into there. There was a lot of stuff that I kind of skipped over, and it doesn't feel like a complete story almost. It kind of just feels like...
Blooper for yourself?
To stop it from lagging, I needed to convert my footage from the native .mov into a .mxf, and that actually really helped. And you know, while it didn't solve the problem completely, it sort of, you know, words